Tonight, take a bow, Sydney. It's a Christmas day we'll never forget. The lights we've been waiting for, joy, laughter and love. And what a gift that is. For beautiful, bustling Bondi, it's been a Christmas of healing. Sydney's Christians pray for peace as they celebrate the birth of
Love
Christ.
conquers all.
The King's plea for unity, built on the courage and sacrifice of all faiths. Not a minute to waste as the Sydney Hobart fleet prepares for tomorrow's spectacular start. And Christmas with our cricketers ahead of the Boxing Day test, and there's a nasty present in store for England.
This is 7 News with Paul Kadak.
Good evening and Merry Christmas from all of us at 7 News. It's been the perfect day in Sydney and a perfect reminder that our way of life is unbroken. Of course, Bondi remains in our hearts and in the prayers of many, but the best way to honour that loss has been to celebrate Christmas with joy and spirit.
Santa's Sydney pit stop went to plan for plenty of kids. Rewarded for a year of being nice, tree houses, boogie boards, toy cars.
Wow!
Anything to make them happy.
What do you say?
All ages getting into the festive spirit. It's not just the kids.
This will be perfect for summer.
But all creatures, great and small. At Manly Beach, the party started early.
Merry Christmas!
Dressing up in their Christmas beach best.
Getting out on the beach, we cleanse ourselves for Christmas and then we eat all day.
This afternoon we've got some Christmas dinner planned at ours. We're hosting, so a little bit nervous, but I'm sure a few drinks beforehand will settle those nerves.
This year the Backpacker Beach Bash moved from Bronte to Coogee. It's no wonder they all take advantage of an Aussie Christmas.
In the UK you don't see this many people together because obviously everyone's inside doing their own thing.
It's much better, to be honest.
In Parramatta Park, family pickleball is high stakes.
Yeah!
Out in the sunshine, today not too hot and not too cold.
To be back home visiting family and spending Christmas in the summer like this is beautiful.
We don't see each other very often, so it's a good time to be together.
The most important part of the day is the Christmas spread. A well-executed one can turn an average day into a pretty special one. These guys have it all figured out. Cheers.
We use our special spices for it, that's why.
Do you want to let us know what the special spices are?
It's a secret.
Half an hour, yeah, it will be cooked.
But for those who can't afford the Christmas spread, the Prime Minister and the Premier gave back to the Reverend Bill Cruz Foundation in Ashfield.
People are showing kindness, generosity, compassion and togetherness for their fellow Australians.
Finally, some smiles when we all needed it.
In the place where you least expect it, when you least expect it, and who you least expect it from, new hope comes.
Santa also making a stop at the Westmead and Randwick Children's Hospitals.
Say Merry Christmas!
Visiting the kids who need that Christmas cheer the most. A timely reminder of the best parts of Australia.
Rex Quayle is at Coogee Beach now. Rex, the party is still pumping there.
Guinness here at Coogee Beach. I've put myself in the wrong spot. They're all getting into the Christmas spirit here. All the European backpackers, they're getting around it. It's moved from Bondi Beach to Coogee. Maybe it'll stay here. Maybe, hopefully the cleanup isn't too bad today, tomorrow. These guys have been on it for a few hours. I'm certainly going to be enjoying the party. Paul, back to you in the studio.
Rex in Coogee, thank you and good luck. You only had to look at Bondi itself today, 11 days on, to see that the terrorists have failed. There was no fear or division, just a shared, unspoken mission to have joy return to our most famous beach.
A beach known for its beauty.
Christmas is going really well. I'm with my friends. We're down here, we've been in the water.
Even the clouds couldn't stop the fun at Bondi.
It's really important to come down, ring some bells.
It's actually not that busy. We thought it would be more busy, but yeah, it's good though. It's nice vibes.
People celebrated in the surf or took photos by a tree.
Merry Christmas.
It's been just 11 days since Bondi changed forever, and there are still reminders. The memorial remains and police watch over the public. Operation Shelter in full force.
It's good to have them here, but it also makes people feel unsafe, a bit nervous.
Even stopping these men from waving an Algerian flag. A day after new protest laws have granted the police commissioner, Mal Lanyon, power to temporarily declare public areas as restricted. And he already has, banning protests and assemblies across all of Sydney for the next 14 days.
I'm grateful that he's done it, but it was his decision, and I back it 100%. We just can't have a situation at the moment where mass protests rip apart our social cohesion. We've got an obligation to pull people together right now, and this is the right call.
11 victims remain in hospital from the Bondi attack, 2 still in critical but stable conditions. And they're all still in the minds of everyday Australians. This morning at Lifeblood, some continued to give back.
I just, do something nice for someone and donate.
Chance to do a good deed when other people can't come.
It's important to remember what brings us together as a nation, and it is that spirit of Australians who always look after each other.
Although Bondi isn't as busy as previous years, thousands have still returned to the sand, determined to take back one of Australia's most famous beaches.
Merry Christmas from Sydney to the UK and to everyone.
Because you can't hold back a place so full of life. Sam Payne, 7 News.
Religious differences seem to melt away today as Christians offered prayers for Sydney's grieving Jewish community. And their unflinching Christmas message, evil will never triumph while there's love in the world.
Below the stained glass and vaulted ceiling, a Catholic community coming together. Thousands of parishioners lining pews at St Mary's Cathedral to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Christmas reprises all of creation, the beauty and the dark side also. Our gospel tells us that darkness has long contended with the light in our world.
More than a week on from the Bondi attacks.
It can leave us wondering why God bothered. Why create a world in which human persons are free to do great good, but also great evil? Is God's gamble worth it?
A sense of questioning at St Andrews too. The Archbishop recognising cruel timing of the events of December 14.
Amid the shock and the wrenching grief, we have been humbled and inspired by the courage and dignity of the Jewish community and their determination to continue to light the Hanukkah candles day after day.
With these services distinct similarities to Jewish celebrations of light over darkness.
God chooses to come into this world of sin and sorrow as one of us, and for our sakes, the light of life.
Jesus is the King who brings light to the world. Embracing a joyful spirit. On stage at Hillsong 2.
We can give Jesus our faith. We can give Jesus our time. Lord, every point of pain, God, we put it into your hands. And God, we ask that the Prince of Peace, Jesus, would you come and would you pour out your grace upon us?
Leaders mark today as a new chapter for all and a declaration of rebirth, saying that despite the gloom hanging over Sydney, hatred will not win and peace will slowly be restored. As so many rely on faith to navigate difficult times.
It's really important to believe in something.
We just pray today for peace and hopefully the future be brighter.
A lot of bad things happened, but we come here and we still have faith.
Angelique Opie, 7 News.
King Charles has called on the Commonwealth to never lose sight of the values of compassion and courage in his annual Christmas message, reflecting on this year's journey and the terror attacks in Bondi and Manchester. His Majesty pointed to the power of unity.
From Westminster Abbey, heart of the Anglican Church, a sacred place of pilgrimage, King Charles delivers his message centred on pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage is a word less used today, but it has particular significance for our modern world, and especially at Christmas. It is about journeying forward into the future, while also journeying back to remember the past and learn from its lessons.
Pointing to His Majesty and Queen Camilla's state visit to the Holy See to meet the newly elected Pope Leo, and this year's 80th anniversary celebrations of the Allies' victory in Europe and Japan in World War II.
The courage and sacrifice of our servicemen and women, and the way communities came together in the face of such great challenge, carry a timeless message for us all.
And a timely one too, pointing to the work of today's veterans and humanitarian workers in this century's conflict zones.
As we hear of division, both at home and abroad, they are the values of which we must never lose sight. For instance, it is impossible not to be deeply moved by the ages of the fallen, as the gravestones in our war cemeteries remind us, often only 18, 19 or 20 years of age.
His Majesty acknowledging the same sacrifice and courage the Bondi and Manchester communities displayed in the face of terror and the unity afterwards.
In this, with the great diversity of our communities, we can find the strength to ensure that right triumphs over wrong. If we can find time in our journey through life to think on these virtues, we can all make the future more hopeful.
Underscored by the Royal Opera House's Songs for Ukraine chorus.
With these words and my whole heart, I wish you all a most peaceful and very happy Christmas.
In London, Van Downing, 7 News.
The Princess of Wales and Princess Charlotte have performed a surprise piano duet, part of her Together at Christmas concert. The piano recital aired this morning, accompanied by a heartwarming message.
The Christmas season invites us to remember the power of reaching out to one another with generosity of heart, understanding and hope.
The royal family are spending Christmas together at Sandringham. And being Christmas night, it means we're about ready for two of our favourite summer traditions, the Boxing Day Test and the start of the Sydney Hobart. It is when the harbour rarely looks more spectacular, and tomorrow is set to feel extra special.
Christmas. Trading in his sleigh for a dinghy.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas!
Santa didn't forget to spread the Christmas cheer at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia this morning.
Oh, it's a busy night, busy day. They're all busy nights and days if you're involved in sailing.
16 international yachts a world away from home, preparing for the challenge of a Sydney Hobart.
In America, this is considered one of the very heights of sailing accomplishment is to finish the Sydney to Hobart race.
Doling out Aussie-flavoured presents.
And what do we got here? Crocodile.
And advice. Santa, also known as Lindsay May, a veteran of 50 straight Sydney Hobarts, knows the race better than most.
Really look at the satellite imagery and make sure I'm looking down as well from the sleigh. I can see it. Yes, I'm letting some of these international visitors on some of the secrets of how to get to Hobart safely.
Tips Bacchanal's crew will gladly take. With strong southerly winds and big swells expected in the opening stages, skipper Ronald Epstein hopes to make up for last year when his mast broke just before the finish.
We were just miles from Bass Strait, and after some time down below sulking, I came back up. Next play, right? Next play.
The first night will be even rougher for the double-handed teams, with only 2 crew members. New Caledonians Michel Quintin and Jan Regal will just be happy making it to the other end.
We hope to be
in the top 20 in double-handed. So there are 20 competitors. So
James Manton, 7 News.
With the Ashes already locked up, Australia has opted for an all-out pace attack in the Boxing Day test at the MCG tomorrow. Stand-in skipper Steve Smith returns and is feeling sorry for their under-fire arch-rivals ahead of cricket's biggest day of the year.
In the midst of an Ashes series, the Christmas spirit was alive and well at the G. Great rivals training side by side ahead of the Boxing Day test. A few England players on Santa's naughty list in the wake of their controversial mid-series trip to Noosa. Another Ashes series down under, down the gurgler.
When you're losing, the spotlight's always on you. And yeah, things can get spoken about and, get blown up pretty heavily. So, I feel for them in a way.
In Pat Cummins' absence, Steve Smith returns to lead the team after missing in Adelaide with vertigo. He wouldn't reveal the 11, but confirmed the Aussies won't play a spinner for the third time in 4 tests, with a green seamer served up.
10 mils of grass, quite furry, quite green, so I dare say it's going to offer quite a bit.
Christmas is all about the kids, and it was no different at the G this morning.
It's a fantastic time of the year, and as you can see behind me, the kids are all pretty happy, and there's lots of new cricket bats getting around.
The cricket taken just as seriously as it will on Boxing Day.
Oh, much more competitive, yeah. There's normally tears, some tantrums.
No KK in the Aussie camp this year.
KK, I assume that's Chris Kringle, is it? Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't do it. We'll have a nice lunch together this afternoon.
With Travis Head continuing his Ashes feast.
He gets stuck into the prawns, he'll have more than everyone, I can assure you. So it's going to be a cool day with all the families around and get ready for a sellout tomorrow.
Well, Christmas came early for Australian fans, with the Aussies wrapping up the Ashes series inside 3 tests. I can assure you there are plenty more gifts coming on the way from the Aussie side.
Still got 2 to go, and that's definitely where my focus is at, and the boys as well.
5-0 would be nice.
It would be. Let's go, let's focus on day 1 of Boxing Day first.
91,092 packed in for day 1 in 2013. That record's in reach tomorrow. In Melbourne, Tom Wilson, 7 News.
Some Australians have today enjoyed a white Christmas, and they didn't even need to leave home. Myena in the Tasmanian Central Highlands getting a dusting of snow, as did Hobart's Mount Wellington, where it was a frosty minus 1.4 degrees. A very different story in Perth, though, sweltering above 40 degrees in some places, on a bad day for your air conditioner to break down. Next in 7 News, firebomb fury, an arson attack on a car owned by a rabbi in Melbourne. A mountain of new Epstein files, more than 1 million new documents come to light. 45 love, tennis superstar Venus Williams ties the knot for the 2nd time. Love and hope from Pope Leo, the new pontiff's first Christmas Eve Mass. And soon the winner of Light Up Christmas, we announce which sparkling house had the best decorations in the state. As we see Bondi healing today, Melbourne has suffered a worrying, hateful attack. Early this morning, a rabbi's car displaying a Hanukkah symbol was firebombed outside his house as his wife and children slept inside.
A Jewish message of light again darkened.
This is terrorism. Someone's come to terrorise the Jewish community on Christmas morning.
Today's target for a firebomber, a family's Mazda on the driveway of the St Kilda East home. A Happy Hanukkah sign on top. It's the home of a local rabbi. His wife was inside with 3 of their 4 children.
My sister-in-law heard her car alarm go off at 3 o'clock in the morning. She smelt smoke. She quickly grabbed her children. She's shaken.
The boys aged just 1, 4 and 10.
It's terrifying that we have to live like this, that she has to take out of their beds at 3 o'clock in the morning because her car is on fire that can spread to the house.
The attack triggering locals and leaders just 11 days after the Bondi massacre.
What happened in Bondi was also our family. We knew everybody there. It was horrifying.
Bondi Beach is now soaked with Jewish blood. Is that what we are waiting for here in Victoria?
It brings again back the horror of Sydney. Purely anti-Semitic.
The Prime Minister making Christmas Day promises.
We need to root out any evil that is anti-Semitism across the board. My government's committed to do that.
We have a government that has let them get away with this for 2 years now. They have not done anything to stop this behaviour.
It's time for our governments to ensure that there are consequences.
Police have identified a suspect for the firebombing and are now trying to find the arsonist. The father of the house is on holiday in New York with his daughter, now desperate to return home immediately, but they can't because of the Jewish tradition of Shabbat, which forbids commuting on the Sabbath.
The community is absolutely on edge.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
1 million more files related to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein may have been uncovered in the US. New York prosecutors and the FBI informed the Justice Department about the files, although a link to the disgraced financier hasn't been established. All files related to Epstein were supposed to be released a week ago. These latest documents are unlikely to be made public for some time. Ukraine has reached an agreement with Washington to withdraw troops from the country's east under the latest peace plan. Russian forces would also have to withdraw, leaving a demilitarised zone run by international powers. The US and NATO would have to give a security guarantee and trigger a military response if Russia invaded again. Moscow is yet to reply to the deal. Tennis star Venus Williams has married longtime partner and actor Andrea Preti for a second time. The 7-time Grand Slam singles champion had her wedding in Italy months ago, but due to international paperwork issues, she had to have a second ceremony in Florida. The couple shared these photos of the 5-day extravaganza, calling the experience a kind of magic. To the Vatican, where Pope Leo has celebrated his very first Christmas Mass since he was elected. The pontiff delivered a message of hope, reminding everyone there's always room for kindness.
Under the lights of St. Peter's, Pope Leo celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. Inside the ancient basilica, the new pontiff delivered his holy message.
Non c'è spazio per Dio.
On earth, there is no room for God if there is no room for the human person, he said. To refuse one is to refuse the other. Drawing on the story of Jesus,
Invece là dove c'è posto per
even a stable can become more sacred than a temple. The first US Pope elected in May also thanked the thousands of faithful outside.
I admire and respect and thank you for your courage and your wanting to be here this evening.
We're here with our family. There was 14 of us, and we traveled quite far to get inside and try and attend the Mass.
This Christmas, I'm praying for everybody, the less fortunate, for just a better life for everybody.
Thousands more made the pilgrimage to Bethlehem, the first celebrations in the war-ravaged birthplace of Jesus in 2 years.
I come from Argentina to Bethlehem this year for Christmas Eve, and wishing you all people around the world to come back again to this beautiful place, to the Holy Land.
Emily Francis, 7 News.
Right now, Medicare owes 1 million Australians money. Next, the simple step you need to take to reclaim hundreds. Southern California swamped with subtropical danger, the biggest storm of the season. Meet Carol and the generous tradies who made sure she could cook Christmas lunch. We unpack the best deals on offer on Boxing Day. And ahead in sport, no spin. Australia opting for an all-out pace attack for the Boxing Day test.
We're connecting you when big news breaks in every street, every suburb, every day.
7 News has been sent this exclusive vision.
When you see something Sydney needs to know about, share it with 7 News Sydney on email or text. 7 News Sydney, live at 6.
If you're cash-strapped ahead of the Boxing Day sales, this next story could be good news. Nearly 1 million Australians have hundreds of dollars each in unclaimed Medicare benefits that could be recouped in minutes.
Seeing the doctor might make you well, but it hurts the hip pocket, and Australians are increasingly feeling it.
It's at times and I feel that I just can't afford it.
Too expensive at the moment. Here I am
with my iced coffee, so I can't really complain about that.
Yes, I am concerned. It's $110.
Australians are entitled to some of that money back through Medicare benefits, but many don't get it because their details aren't up to date with the government.
Would you believe there's $270 million owing to about 1 million people?
$54 million is owed to Queensland residents, $85 million in New South Wales, $67 million to Victorians, $5 million across Tasmania, $20 million in South Australia, and $32 million left unclaimed in WA.
The biggest group that are owed money are those young people aged between 18 and 24. There's 250,000 of them, and on average we owe them about $275.
Even if you are on your parents' Medicare card, you should check that your bank account details are up to date.
The solution to getting access to that money is so simple. You've just got to go to your Medicare account through MyGov and make sure we've got your up-to-date bank account details.
A hurdle some find painful.
If I can get past the first step of MyGov, then maybe.
I haven't checked it for a while.
But Services Australia processes that money in days. Josh Martin, 7 News.
Police are hunting for a firebug who torched a car in our west early this morning. It was dumped and set alight in South Wentworthville just before 4 o'clock. Firefighters extinguished it before the flames spread, but the car was gutted. Detectives are investigating who's behind the arson attack. A proposed apartment block on the Upper North Shore is the first housing project to be fast-tracked by the state government's Housing Delivery Authority. The $110 million Gordon development includes 106 apartments, just a 5-minute walk from the Gordon train station. It's been assessed and approved in 7 months, and construction should start midway through next year. The biggest storm of the season has arrived in Los Angeles, set to bring the wettest holiday period in recent memory. A state of emergency has been declared, with areas burned to the ground just 12 months ago now facing a new threat.
It's called the Pineapple Express, a superstorm arriving in Southern California right in time for Christmas. The subtropical weather system originating in Hawaii, bringing with it flooding rains, mountain snow and wild winds of up to 90 kilometres an hour, prompting the California governor to declare a state of emergency.
Prepare yourself. It is critical. It could save your life.
More than 40 million people across California are tonight under flood alert, some told to evacuate, with coastal areas expecting up to 150 millimetres. In the foothills and mountains, almost double that.
These evacuation orders are not issued lightly. The risk is real and the time to act is now.
The biggest concern is the torched mountains of the Pacific Palisades, still bearing the scars of the LA wildfires 12 months ago, the heavy rain prompting concerns of mudslides, as residents swap stuffing stockings for sandbags.
My lower basement area has flooded, so I'm trying to take care of that.
The intense rainfall washing away roads. This bridge under construction never stood a chance, leaving freeways at a standstill despite warnings not to travel.
This is the type of storm system that affects the area approximately every 5 to 10 years or so.
As Southern California prepares to spend Christmas in the eye of the storm. In Los Angeles, Taylor Aiken, 7 News.
To an incredible act of kindness now for a Gold Coast pensioner who lost almost everything in an alleged case of elder abuse and fraud. Carol Curtis was also left without a kitchen, but thanks to 7 News, generous tradies got to work and helped her rebuild.
Putting the heart back in the home.
It's wonderful, wonderful.
A new kitchen made from kindness.
I'd just like to say 100 thank yous.
I think it's horrible what she's been through, and no one deserves to not have a kitchen. It's a basic necessity of life.
It was a bad business deal with a convicted con man that saw Carol Curtis lose almost everything, even your stove, everything's gone.
It's gone.
The kitchen sink.
It was awful. Sometimes I just sit and weep.
7 News first broke Carol's story in September. Alleged elder abuse, identity theft, fraud and bizarrely the removal of her kitchen. Brad Neal from Surveyor Consulting wanted to help.
Still got the splashback to go for you, so we're deciding between white or black. Everyone involved in this project was Braden from BJP Cabinetry. And then we've had Swell Plumbing, Adamson Electrical.
It's restored my faith in humanity.
Well, the kitchen is now almost in order, but the rest of Carol's story is still a mess. She's already lost her life savings and now she's in a legal battle with lenders trying to take her home. The fraud squad is investigating Christopher Bruce Smith, who had power of attorney over the 84-year-old, started multiple problematic companies under her name and allegedly left her with another debt for unpaid rent for this multi-million-dollar home he lived in with her name on the lease.
Yes, my life is a mess.
But she has good help. A team of lawyers now also on board pro bono. Amanda Abate, 7 News.
As he was racing to get presents before Christmas, Santa got in trouble with the law in the US for speeding. The sheriff who caught him couldn't believe his eyes.
Santa! You know why I'm stopping you?
I was looking down, I didn't even...
Just slow your speed down a little. I mean, Santa. Slow your...
Get Rudolph on you.
After Mrs. Claus took a photo, he wasn't given a lump of coal, just a warning. And a Christmas joyride has come to a crashing end when this drifting driver spun out of control. The car slammed into a 12-metre tall Christmas tree in southern Kazakhstan, flattening the festive holiday display. The driver didn't stop after the crash, but local authorities managed to track them down and issued a fine for dangerous driving. A bit of extra help for Australians with empty plates this Christmas. Next, millions of dollars to keep our most vulnerable fed. Plus, money matters, teaching your child good habits that will set them up for life. Our 7 News Christmas Light winners and their incredible stories. And in sport, the rough start awaiting the fleet tomorrow night in the Sydney Hobart yacht race. Food relief organisations that help feed struggling Aussie families got a $2 million boost today, the government announcing the extra funding this morning.
This Christmas has been a very tough Christmas for some people, and we want those organisations that help millions of Australians every year to get a little bit of support themselves.
The money will go to organisations like Oz Harvest, Second Bite, Food Bank and Good 360. Small screen legend and veteran sitcom star Pat Finn has died. Best known for roles in The Middle, Friends and Seinfeld, the actor passed away at his Los Angeles home on Tuesday. The 60-year-old had been battling cancer in recent years. A fundraiser had launched just last month to support his family amid ongoing treatment, raising over $100,000. From tap and go to buy now, pay later. These days it's getting easier to spend and harder to save money. With a lack of financial education in schools, experts say kids need to be learning the basics at home and they need to start young.
Even though Felix is only 12 months old, Mum Mariah is already thinking about his financial education.
It's something that we'll probably introduce to him in the next few years or so.
To teach him the value of $1, she plans to start with pocket money, saving the same way she did.
So I grew up with allowances and earning cash by doing jobs at home, so I think we'll do something very similar.
To me, financial literacy is just like teaching your kids to swim. It's a life skill that they need. You want to teach it to them as early as possible, but you can share with your kids some of the basics, like how much groceries cost.
Most adults wish they had the same lessons earlier. 79% say they didn't learn about money at school and think financial literacy should be compulsory in the classroom.
How to invest and how to manage a budget was really high on the priority list when it comes to financial education.
I think all parents should set up a savings account for their child.
If you deposit just $5 a week starting at 5 years old, that's $260 a year. By the time the child turns 18, it adds up to more than $3,000, and with interest, it's even higher.
We do already have a bank account that we deposit money into for things like his birthday or Christmas.
Georgia Holland, 7 News.
Tonight, we can finally reveal the winners of the 7 News and Alinta Energy Light Up Christmas competition. The top award in New South Wales went to Oksana in Hillsdale. She's been planning this display since last December and it took her a month to set up, now winning $5,000 for her efforts. The runner-up was Dallas in Gregory Hills. He's carrying on the Christmas lights tradition from his grandfather. Across Australia, 10,000 people cast their votes, and we applaud everyone who entered. Still to come, bargain hunters on your marks. We'll tell you where to find the biggest Boxing Day discounts. And it's not over yet. We'll give you a live update on Santa's Christmas deliveries. Don't miss those stories soon on 7 News. Coming up next in sport, the three-way pace battle for the final spots in Australia's Boxing Day Test team. But there's a hard luck story with a Victorian spinner denied a dream Ashes recall at the MCG. And the Kiwi teenager ready to tackle one of sport's hardest challenges in the Sydney Hobart.
Start with sunrise! Good morning. Here we go.
6-7.
On top of the world. Start with sunrise. Start with sunrise.
Sport now, and Australia will take an all-pace attack into the fourth Ashes Test, opting to play at the MCG without a spinner for the first time in 15 years. Victorian Todd Murphy missed out on a Test recall, with 3 quicks fighting for 2 vacant spots.
A fairy tale Boxing Day return not to be. Todd Murphy was put through his paces at his home ground, the MCG, this morning, but the Aussies have got the need for speed.
We landed on a 12. We want to just take a look at the wicket tomorrow. We're going to be playing 4 quicks, no spinner.
Although Smith won't confirm the final 11 until tomorrow, he is a confirmed inclusion for Josh Inglis.
All my vestibular stuff settled down, so feeling 100%.
While Jai Richardson, Michael Neser and Brendan Doggett will battle for the 2 spots left by Pat Cummins and Nathan Lyon.
Beauty of this series so far, it hasn't just been 1 or 2 players, it's been a whole group of players standing up at different times. Exciting to see Richardson obviously back into the fold. He's had a pretty long layoff with injury, and we know the skills that he can possess.
The skipper inspected the pitch before training and found considerable grass coverage, leading the selectors to side with the all-pace formula that saw them win in Brisbane.
10 mils of grass, quite furry, quite green, so I dare say it's going to offer quite a bit. Particularly, I think tomorrow's similar conditions today, quite cold and overcast.
The slip cordon will be packed, the Aussies hoping for some more Marnus magic.
Yeah, he's done it for 1 week, I've done it for 10 years, so...
Cam Green has kept Bo Webster out of the side, but has been demoted down the order after a lean summer with the bat. Usman Khawaja will bat at 5, Carey at 6, and Green is at 7. Usman Khawaja was rewarded for his 122 runs in Adelaide, while Alex Carey's purple patch with the bat has him locked into the top 6.
I bat sort of higher in shield cricket, 5 or 4 at times if Travis isn't around. So I love my batting. To get an opportunity a little bit higher has been nice. The 2 sides sharing the nets side by side in a show of Christmas solidarity, with some of the English embracing their festive spirit. But to turn this around and claim a Test victory at the G, they might just need a Christmas miracle. Xander Maguire, 7 News.
Todd Murphy isn't available, but Sean Abbott returns from a hamstring injury for the Sixers against the Stars at the SCG tomorrow night. After losing the first 2 games of the year, the men in magenta are chasing back-to-back wins against the ladder leaders.
We want to win, and it's a shortened tournament, and so you need to start well, and we didn't do that, but we got back on track the other night. And T20, you're never far off as you think.
Christmas Day is still just as competitive in the Davies household. Brothers Joel and Ollie almost always pulling out the bat and ball for a game of backyard cricket.
Always very competitive. We've got a little small pitch in the backyard, and I tend to be bowling a lot to Ollie most of the time because I can't get him out.
The Sixers are 3rd on the ladder, the Thunder are 5th. Strong winds and big swell are set to make it a tough first night in the Sydney Hobart yacht race, but it hasn't dampened the excitement. Sailors from far and wide are preparing for one of Australia's great Christmas traditions and one of sport's hardest challenges.
For many sailors from Australia or abroad, there's nowhere they'd rather be on Christmas Day than Sydney Harbour.
Boof! You've got boof jerky. You've got Vegemite also? Oh, Vegemite.
Just ask Carl Marshall. Freshly 18, he's the youngest New Zealander in this year's Sydney Hobart.
I've been sailing since I was 7 years old. Been a massive procedure getting here with all the qualifications, time on the water, and the crew are great on this boat. You know, it's like a family.
It's been a long 12 months for Marshall, who came from Auckland last year, desperate to compete in the great race. There was just one problem: the minimum age limit.
I came over last year with no experience, well, no offshore experience, and I was walking up and down the docks just asking people to take me on your boat, knowing that it wouldn't happen.
No matter what age, the next 12 hours will be a wild dash to prepare for a rough start tomorrow. Strong southerlies and a big ocean swell are set to dominate the first night at sea.
I can't picture myself racing this and not having a smile on my face. Yeah. I mean, even when when I'm coming over obstacles and everything, I see myself just, this is what I'm here for.
James Manton, 7 News.
It might be Christmas Day, but Santa hasn't taken a break yet. We'll tell you how many more deliveries he has to make tonight. And getting cooler, your forecast for Boxing Day and the countdown to New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's Boxing Day sales are tipped to be the biggest on record as recent rate cuts drive a major retail rebound. Household goods are expected to top wish lists, with major retailers delivering bargains of up to 70% off.
Australians were expected to spend $72 billion in the lead up to Christmas, and the cash is expected to keep on coming as the Boxing Day sales take over stores tomorrow.
This Boxing Day, our Myer stores are set to transact 11 transactions per second. It's set to be a very busy day.
For shoppers bargain hunting for a new look in the new year, at All About Eve, it's all about buy one, get one half price. 25% off at Emu, Ina Pelly up to 40% off, and even more at Jag. Similar deals at Saba and Superdry, Le Specs offering 30% off. For the home, there are deals at Bed Threads, Beds and Dreams, Linen House, Sheridan and Pillow Talk. You can sleep easy with cut prices at 40 Winks too. 60% off at Booktopia and 20% off for Glasshouse fragrances. When it comes to fitness and health, Peloton is offering up to $750 off its packages and up to 40% off at Reebok.
We also find that our activewear really flies off the shelves with everyone's New Year's resolutions.
So we're going to have an up to 30% off sale store-wide. That will range across footwear and apparel. Most notably, two of our sort of most popular models, Kayano and Nimbus, a good spread of colours on sale.
For those looking for a holiday in 2026, Adler has 50% off selected styles. There are discounts on accommodation at Hamilton Island, and Hawaiian Airlines is slashing its prices. Georgia Bennett-Murphy, 7 News.
To the weather now on what's been a cool and cloudy Christmas Day with nothing much from a couple of passing showers. The city getting to a top of 24 degrees just after 1 this afternoon. Southeasterly winds getting a bit fresh through the day. 24 also the high for Manly, Liverpool and Blacktown, with 23 at Parramatta, Penrith getting to 27. Across the top end, the monsoonal flow will continue to drive rain and storms across the tropics and into Queensland. Onshore winds bringing showers to northern New South Wales. Inland WA is copping some hot northerly winds, while a high is keeping things dry for much of the nation's south. Around Australia tomorrow for the capitals: Brisbane, a possible shower and 28. Canberra, mostly sunny, 22. Melbourne having its coldest Christmas in 20 years, getting another brisk 17 tomorrow. On snowy Tasmania, Hobart also expecting 17. Adelaide, sunny with a top of 27. Perth, some relief from the heat with a shower or two, and 25. For Darwin, showers, a storm, and 31. Statewide tomorrow, after a chilly night for the central west and west, tomorrow scattered showers in the northeast with a chance of showers for the far southern ranges. Strong winds along the coast from Sydney south to the Victorian border, and staying dry and mostly sunny for the rest. Wollongong cloudy and 19 tomorrow. Newcastle a possible shower and 19. So for Sydney, Boxing Day and the start of the Sydney-Hobart, there is a strong wind warning and hazardous surf warning for the coast. A possible shower overnight before a cloudy day. A few degrees cooler than today with southerly winds. Katoomba getting to just 12. Penrith and Fairfield expecting 20 degrees. 21 at Campbelltown and Cronulla. Bankstown 23. For the city, a possible shower early tomorrow morning before a cloudy day. 21 is the expected top, but with southerly winds, it'll feel more like around 15 degrees. We'll be in that southerly flow for the next couple of days. Temps up a bit with more sunshine as we head into the weekend, then warming up some more as we count down to the end of 2025, back into the 30s on New Year's Eve. Well, he's already brought plenty of joy here, but Santa's marathon workday isn't over yet. He's covered the Pacific, Asia, Africa, Europe and South America, delivering over 7 billion presents in the process. According to our tracker, he's currently sliding down the final chimneys in North America. He'll put his feet up in Hawaii before heading back to the North Pole to start planning next year. And that is 7 News for this Christmas Day. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening. I'm Kadak. From all of us here at the 7 News team, Merry Christmas and have a great night.